in this project lah. So I can see that in previous project, some of you have start isometric drawing and you have a good understanding on that. But I believe that not all understand well what is isometric is all about. So for today, I will give a bit brief on the isometric concept and so on, so that it will help you to come up with the good isometric drawing. Okay, give me a second. I will flash up the presentation. Can you guys see what I've shown on the screen? Is it come out?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Sekejap
Dr. Ana, tolong bagi link baru, Dr. Ana. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, thanks.
All right. Okay, so this will be the brief on how to do an isometric drawing. Okay, let's start with the concept. What is isometric drawing is all about. So we start with the concept of isometric drawing. Okay, so basically isometric drawing is a three-dimensional drawing. Okay, it will be a 3D drawing in terms of width, height, and depth. It show the width, it show the height, and also the depth of the item that you're going to draw. Okay, so the second concept is that it show three views. Okay, it show top, front, and side. Okay, and then basically, this is a very important thing. Okay, basically the line is 3 degree from the horizontal plane. Okay, maksudnya the meaning of 30 degree from the horizontal plane is this one. Nampak tak? Okay, this one. Later on I show you the detail of the concept lah. Okay, so let's take a look at the example in the slide. Okay, so when we talk about it have a three-dimensional views, so you can see the top, you can see the side, and also the front. This is front and this is the side. And side we have a few sides lah. Okay, so this is the example. So can you guys understand that? Faham?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we go to the next slide. Okay, so in last assignment, you have been asking from us to do a perspective. So let's take a look at the difference between isometric and perspective. Okay, perspective, if you aware that isometric, unlike perspective drawing, there is no vanishing point on isometric grid. Dia tak ada vanishing point, don't have any vanishing point. And then another thing, if you notice that perspective, if the further you look, it will be the further you the object is you looking from the front, it will become smaller. So dia macam ini Okay, but in isometric is simple. Okay. It is parallel. Nampak tak the line, the red line that I've shown in the drawing, it is parallel. While perspective, it goes, when it goes far, it will be kecil. It will be smaller. So that is the difference between isometric and perspective. Another thing that I didn't show here is axonometric. Okay, axonometric is 45 degree, but isometric is 30 degree. When I mentioned about 30 degree just now, okay, baseline 30 degree from the horizontal plane. So I'm actually talking about this. Okay, this is 30 degree. It is equal. Okay, left to the right, it is equal, and the balance is 60 degree. Okay, so total is 90. Okay, this is isometric drawing. So it is actually a simple kind of drawing. So when I was in first year, I rather draw isometric than perspective, because isometric is simple than perspective. Okay, so let's take a look at the characteristic of isometric drawing. Okay, so first, isometric, it have lines. Okay, in terms of line, isometric line, it is parallel to isometric axis. Okay, please take a look at here. Okay, this is isometric axis. Okay, and then isometric lines, it is parallel. Nampak tak tu, dia adalah sama, parallel. This is isometric axis, it is parallel. Kalau kita tengok on top and below, it is actually same. Okay, parallel. And if let's say you have non-isometric lines, okay, for example, you have a roof, okay, roof structure or something, or trees, okay. So it will look something like this. It will look slant like this. Okay, so it have characteristic of isometric. They have two lah, isometric line and non-isometric line. Okay, only two, sama. So it is simple than perspective. Okay, so this is the main characteristic where it have two, isometric line and non-isometric line. Okay, so when we take a look at the construction of isometric drawing on normal axis, we call it a box method. Okay, where it using the entire object dimension. It have the height, depth, and width. Okay, so when we recall, okay, when I'm talking about showing three views, top, front, and side. So this is what I'm talking about: top view, front view, side view. Okay, so isometric, it have only three characteristics: top view, front view, and side view. Okay, so another characteristic of isometric drawing is, first, okay, tengok ni this is the plan. Okay, let's take a look. Angle in isometric. So how to draw an isometric? Okay, how to take an angle in isometric? Dia simple, dia satu je, dia sama. Okay, so let's take a look. If let's say you have a plan over here. Okay, and then when you look at the plan, dia macam ni tau, dia peta and then at the side, what you can see is something like this. Okay, when you look at the side. Okay, so the side is B. B is over here lah. So let's say you are stand below here, duduk kat bawah ni, and then what you can see on top, the A, okay, the B is the front view. Okay, this is B, and the side view over here is C. So just as simple as that. Okay, faham Okay, this is if let's say you have a box or rectangular kind of shape lah. But if let's say you have a circle in isometric, okay, circle, kalau ada yang bulat because I noticed that some of you have round shapes. Okay, so this is how you do a circle. Okay, you have the A. If let's say the plan is something like this, okay, this is A, on top view, B, and C. Okay, so if let's say you have a isometric punya plan, okay, A should look like this. Okay, if let's say you have a circle. Okay, B, if let's say you have a object which is vertical, B should look like this. Simple, you buat peta. Okay, you buat peta, you draw a square box, and then you draw a circle. Okay, then it will look something like this. Okay, and the third one is curve in isometric. If let's say you have a curve. Okay, so if let's say you have a half round of an element. Okay, so on top view, this is the plan. It will look like this. On the side, it would look something like this. Nampak petak aja biasa And then on the isometric view, it will look something like this. So on top view, okay, this is the top view, this is the side view, and this is the front view, and this is the side view. A, B, C. A is top, B is front, and C is the side. Okay, so this is the difference of characteristic of isometric. If let's say you have a square or rectangular, if let's say you have a circle and you have the half circle, this is how you draw Can you understand this?
Yes.
Faham eh? Okay. All right. So next, okay, if let's say you have something that is a pyramid or a cone, okay? For example, you have a tree or object that is cone shape. For example, you have a roof, a normal roof. This is the vertex, okay, puncak eh. This is the vertex. It will look something like this. Okay, dia akan nampak macam ni. So nanti kita tengok. Let's see, we will take a look at how it becomes something like this. Okay, so next, construction of isometric circle. So just now I did mention about if let's say you have this square or rectangular, this one is simple, okay. But if let's say you have a circle, let's see on how to draw a circle. Okay, first, locate the center of an ellipse. Okay, mula-mula sekali, first and foremost, draw a box. Okay, after you draw a box, okay, if let's say your circle is on top, okay, you want to show something that is, for example, macam pavement pattern, which is something horizontal. So what you need to do is locate the center of an ellipse, okay, takkan something like this, okay, and then construct an isometric square, okay, this is a square, and then construct a perpendicular bisector from each tangent point. So the next point is you do a bisector from each target point, okay, and then locate the four center. You locate the four center, and then you draw the arch. Okay, buat bulat. So you dapatlah shape macam ni. If let's say you have something that is flat, horizontal, you draw something like this, buat petak ni, and then you draw a circle. So it will look something like this. And if let's say you have a vertical and you intend to see from here, okay, it will look something like this. Okay, and if let's say you want to take a look something from your view is from here, so it will look something like this. So this is the way how you draw. Okay, can you understand this? Because some of the students come to me and ask how to draw a circle. Okay, this is how. Okay, very simple. Whatever it is, you have to start with the box first. Isometric the box. Okay. And then let's take a look on how to construct a curve in isometric plane using coordinate method. Okay. So this is normally if let's say you are weak in using a manual technique, this is the technique. Okay, but if let's say you are very good in sketching technique or imagination, you don't have to draw something like this. You can imagine. But if let's say for the one who are a bit lack in sketches technique skill, this is how we do. Okay, first you draw a square box. Okay, if let's say you have a square box, something like this, and then you have something that is curved. Okay, what you have to do is you put the lines. Okay, you put the line, you put the coordinate, okay, and then you put the horizontal line and the vertical line, and then you transfer it here. Letak number, you put the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something like that. And then when you start putting the numbers, okay, you measure the thing and then you start to draw. Okay, you start draw macam ni and then you have that curve. But if let's say you have a good imagination, you draw a isometric drawing and then you just draw a curve and then you get the shapes. Okay, but you cannot imagine, you don't know how to imagine that. You put the coordinate numbers and then you transfer that coordinate number to the isometric drawing. This is how we normally do lah. If let's say you are a beginner, tak tahu, tak ada asas. Okay. So far, is there any question? Because isometric drawing is the basic and a very easy kind of drawing compared to perspective and compared to any kind of perspective. So if you are weak in perspective angle, so isometric is your savior. Any question from your side?
No,
Tak ada.
madam.
Okay, so this is the result of your isometric drawing, the one that you draw. Senang, eh? So isometric drawing, the good thing about it is you can see everything inside the, you can see all the elements inside the drawing. So this is the isometric drawing result. So what you can see is something that is a round shape. It will look like this, okay? Nampak tak? When you have something round, it will look like this. So they start dengan the square box and then they have the round thing. Lepas tu they start lukis. And then if you notice that over here, if let's say you have a lines, this is 30 degree. Okay, 30 degree on your right and 30 degree on your left. And then you start to project the vertical lines. Vertical line mesti tegak dengan kertas. And then this is 30 degree and this is 60 degree kalau kat sini. So after a long practice and whatsoever, with a good colouring, you can have something like this. Okay, senang saja. It's not that hard. So if let's say you have a very, you have a good practice and so on, you can come out with something like this. Okay, this is isometric. This is the example of isometric. Nampak tak? This is the example of the design. So in actual project, if let's say we want to show to the client so many things, okay, so we do the isometric drawing. Isometric drawing, it's more or less like bird eye view, but it doesn't have any what we call that exist. Dia tak ada exist and it is parallel. Dia nampak semua. Dia tak ada macam vanishing point. Don't have any vanishing point. So this is some of the example of isometric. Okay. If you study and you take a look carefully, this is 60 degree, 30 degree. Nampak tak? This is 30 degree. Okay, this is the isometric drawing. So beside showing isometric technique, I also want to show to you the sketching technique. Okay, this is very simple and then the coloring is simple as well. So we expect you to do something, the coloring, something like this. Simple saja. You don't have color too bright and whatsoever. As simple as this. If let's say you have the turf, draw something like this, simple one. But you have to detail up your pavement. Okay, and this is another example of the design, okay, that we do. Okay, this is another example, the design that we do. Okay, so after a long practice, okay, because this is a very beginning, you can produce something from this. Okay, this is a beginner. Okay, and then when you have lots of practice, you can draw something like this. Okay, nampak tak the coloring technique as well. And after a long practice, lots of practice, you can come out something like this. Boleh jadi macam ni. So you can draw lots of things, and then you can understand it better. Okay. So is there any question? Is there anything that you don't understand about isometric? Because isometric in our design scope of work, it is a very easy. It's the most easiest kind of drawing technique. Okay. Compared to the perspective, and you can see everything inside one isometric. So I open for the question. If let's say you are still wondering how to draw an isometric, because after this I will share this slide in the group so that you can refer carefully. Faham tak?
I
Madam?
have
Come
a
on, guys. Any
question.
questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so when we measure the 30 degree, we have to use the ruler, right? The triangular.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh,
It's called a set square. It's called a set
the
square.
set square. Yes.
yeah, the set square. Okay, later on, yeah, I forget to show to you what kind of tool that we supposed to use. Alamak, lupa pula. Okay, that is the most important thing that I forget to share. Okay, later on, I will show you in the group, okay, the correct tool to do the isometric later on. Lupa pula, sorry. Kejap lagi I find for you the tools that you require to do the isometric. That supposed to be the first slide that I should share with you beside these things. Okay, you have to use the one the shape is the T square lah. This is the T square and the shape is triangle. Later on I show to you.
All right, madam.
Mm-mm.
Madam,
Yeah.
for the curvy wine,
Mm-hmm.
that
Yes.
the number or what is it called? That's the one. The coordinate. Does we based on the ruler or something?
No. You have to do it manually.
Oh, I see.
But there is a tool, but people seldom use it lah. Dia macam, it is something that you can bend easily. Later on I show to you.
It's called a French curve.
Yes, but another one, a scale rule that you can bend. Okay, I show to you the photo
The
for
flexible.
your reference. Yes.
Oh, okay. Thank you, madam.
But basically, normally people don't use that frequently lah sebab dia later on doesn't apa tu help you so much lah after you lepas dah jadi pro sikit, you don't need that.
Okay.
Any other question?
I think Shikin, I think one thing we should be able to tell students or advise them. This is not a kind of engineering drawing that you have to be very precise, You know, as long as you got the basic dimensions already there, then you can use a bit of freehand. You can use a bit of liberty, doing a bit of changes here and there a little bit. But as long as the basic dimensions are there and the whole drawing makes sense, I think that's all enough already. Engineering drawing, you have to be very, very perfect to the point.
Yes.
But I think it's landscape drawing.
Yes.
Like Madam Chiki was saying that this is just an alternative or another version of a 3D drawing, like the sketches, right?
Yes.
Similar to that one.
This is just a basic for you, basic understanding for you to understand what is isometric. But when it comes to perspective, you can actually use a manual. Nampak tak macam ni kan? Okay, you can you can curve your lines and whatsoever. Pergi nampak dia macam when we take a look at it and it look like it makes sense, so it good enough. Macam ni. Kan? Doesn't have to be very precise.
Oh, cantik lah.
So this is the design lah. Okay, this is basic, normally student do. But we expect you to do better. Okay, this is basic. What you can see is the fence, and then you have the round things, and then you have the vertical fencing. Okay, this is the irregular shapes of ni and the roof. So this is basically the concept lah. But when it comes to ornamental things like flowers and so on, that one you can do it manually.
Yeah.
So simple je sebenarnya. So this is the hard design lah. But the hard design still kita guna, we use our sense instead. Okay, tengok macam agak-agak betul, then we start putting our scale rule and then start putting the curve this here and there. But the basic is this thing lah. Okay, the basic is this thing. 30 degree. This is the basic one. The basic understanding of isometric. It is very easy. But the rest, because we have what we call that lots of curve and lots of Mandarin things. So basically kita buat bagi nampak dia macam logic. We just put our curve and whatsoever, make it logic. So when it looks like a plan, dia nampak logic, so we can accept it. Okay, probably, okay, later on I will share to you the tools, okay, to do the isometric drawing. And another thing is, I will give these lecture notes as your reference, okay, and then I will show to you some videos on how people start doing the isometric for your understanding. And after you start, okay, when you start doing isometric, lots of things will come out from, lots of questions will come up and you are free to ask. Okay, can I stop sharing?
Okay, are there any questions, anyone? No other questions. I think bolehlah stop sharing.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So I think we have about 1 hour before we have to stop for the students' class. So I think we'll just proceed to create session lah.
Okay.
Okay, so can everyone go into my row? And can we have volunteers to show your work? But if possible, can we have students who did not create last week?
Yeah.
Volunteers? Any volunteers who did not show their works last week? Siapa nak tunjuk?
Hello, may I?
Yes, Ming Hui.
Yeah, I'm at Workbase 13, frame 2. Should I start?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. For this side plan, it is almost my finalized side plan, but I haven't colored it all. Yeah. So for the first, I already last time I get the suggestion from Jetin and also Madam Shikin. So I improved and changed something in my plan. Then in my side plan, this is the exercise area. For the exercise area, it's like this. It's like this. Can you see that, Madam? Doctor?
Yep.
Yeah. This is my exercise area. And the below one is the planting area. The planting area, because I haven't decided the plant in the planting area, so I haven't put in the color. But this will be the planting area. And I put the planting area and exercise area here because when I go in here, because I have two entrances, one entrance is here, another entrance is here. The first entrance here, when I go in, so I can go to directly the gathering area here. Actually, this is the outdoor classroom. So I can go here for my learning. And if from this entrance, when I go here, then I can go to my exercise and also I can enjoy my view.
What is in the middle? What is in the middle of the outdoor classroom? That one. Outdoor classroom here, the one on the left hand side. What's in the middle?
This middle is the table.
It's so close to the benches. How can people sit there and move around the table?
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Okay. Then for the middle one, this is the fountain. I put this as the focal point in my plan. And around the fountain is the acrylic lighting. Then for this is the shelter. I put the shelter here because it is like a connection from the building here to the planting area. And I think that this shelter is useful during the raining days, so the people can suddenly rushing to the building. Then for here is the deck. The small circle here is the sitting. So when they go to the deck, they can also enjoy the view of the lake, and also they can sit on the deck. And last time, the area that I haven't checked by the Jetin and the madam is here. The outside of the side here in here. This I decide to put a library. I put the library room because I think that it is useful and it can protect the book during the raining day. And here is the sitting area. So means that after the student of the side of the user, they take the book from the library, then they can go directly to the sitting area here, or they can go to the classroom area. So this is my site plan. Should I heard a comment from the Jetin?
Okay. Three things. One in a few things. One is, as I mentioned to all of you, you must design something here or whatever, and remove these lines here, this roof line here. Right? Because you cannot see it on plan. It's a roof. Either you draw a dotted line or you remove it all together. Okay? Those lines here. This A frame shape. Okay? Okay, the other thing I think my colleagues will agree. I think the amount of hard surfaces is a bit much, actually, a little bit much. Okay, but however, you can still work with this one here. Because when I look at your work, I see that this particular element here and this particular element, they seem to be a bit isolated, you know. It's a bit isolated. I think they need some kind of accompaniment. Let me try to erase that. Just by maybe what you could is maybe it's either you make this area, put some planting here, so that the planting can be a very good complementary element to the gazebo or to the shelter here. You understand?
So means that I need to make my planting area longer.
No. This is a separate planting, which is only meant to give to be shared with the gazebo or the shelter. Not keep it as they are.
Okay.
Okay, and similarly with this one also. Right. That not will only reduce the hard surface area, but also give it will soften the whole plan, and also give a certain a certain complementary element to this space, to this element here, and also to this shelter here.
Okay.
But the shelter can still this particular acrylic lighting can still be a focal point. Okay, and then I said to you, this table here has got to be a bit smaller, so people can move around. And I think you need to have some kind of an access.
Yes.
From that, and also from here also.
It can be in a form of a concrete line. Yes. And probably another solution to resolve the hard surface issue is to put a tree with grating over here. You can put at some of this area the tree on the hard surface with tree grating. So you can have a walkable area. Okay. If let's say you have this, okay, and then what you have to put some more is a tree with the tree grating. I will show to you in the group what is tree grating, and then people can move around. Okay, it become a huge plaza for people to do activities, but at the same time, it is shady area. It become a shady area. It creates shades. That is another solution lah, that normally people do.
What is this space here?
Actually, this is the field, and I put some gym sport equipment like that.
Sorry, what
It's
is
an
that?
exercise area.
Oh,
Exercise area.
Kind of outdoor gym. Okay.
Ming Hui, why is the water fountain black?
Again?
Why is the fountain, the one in the middle, is
Yeah.
fountain, right? Why is it black?
Because the fountain is look like this. Could you see the picture here?
Where we got a borrowed image or
Oh,
Yeah.
where is it? Di mana?
dekat borrowed image dia. I think
Where is that?
yang dia circle kan, I think she's like circling the image.
Yeah.
I think to me personally, I think you've done it like the other way around. The outside should be black, but the inside just do it blue because it represents the water. Otherwise, to me, it looks like a well.
Okay.
It could be a well.
Boleh juga kalau nak jadi well. But I think I agree with Sheikh Din and Madam Shikin. I think there's too much hard surface. I think I would maybe add something here ke yang macam that can soften the I think this area especially is.
I think what she can do is the black color, kan, the black color of the strip ini, she turn it into the turf area. Nanti dia akan soft, and then you put some trees over here. That is normally our solution lah to make sure it is workable. Ni kan yang besar-besar ni, it turns into the turf area green. Macam tu. Boleh juga instead of changing the whole thing. Yang kecil-kecil, the small strip, it become the pavement pattern, but the big one, they turn it into the turf. Kan, macam tu. That is another kind of design lah. And then we put the trees, kan. And this thing probably ada yang become a shrub area. Shrub area, ada yang turf. So dia macam nampak macam lots of thing happening at the same side. Lepas tu bila yang ni become this thing, let's say this is the shrubs, and then attached to the shrub tu ada seating, duduk. So it become a very useful area looking at the fountain. So it become a very useful plaza because looking at this area I can imagine something lah. Okay, ada this thing turn it into a trim shrub macam projek-projek Setia Eco kan, Setia Eco Garden, something like that. And then within the box ada seating that encroach to the shrubs. You sit at belakang tu ada shrubs, and then looking at the fountain. So the fountain become a focus lah macam tu. Boleh juga.
I don't know, Shikin. When I look at this one here, I mean the design looks almost perfect, but too perfect to a point that it's a bit rigid now.
Yes.
Somehow or other I'm tempted, because it's not my design. Maybe just introduce one element which is a bit more organic just to break down
Yes.
Contoh macam you were saying that paving kan kat tengah-tengah tu. She's got vertical lines kan, vertical lines. Maybe that instead of that using that kind of vertical line, maybe use more organic lines
Yes.
Right? Just to break down the whole thing. And that organic shape where you go to put your turfing or whatever, or even you could put apa dia panggil apa yang dekat parking apa sikit? Yang apa tu yang dia letakkan parking, dia letak grass dengan konkrit apa dia panggil?
Grass cell.
Grass cell. Right?
Yeah.
That also can be almost like a feature,
Yes.
of the central area. That could be. I'm afraid to draw it because I may look horrible because I'm not very good at it. But something like, for example, I'm just drawing like that, you know. So assuming that this whole area is grass, you know, but which you can walk over, right? And this one remains as it is as you draw. But on the other side is just to break down the thing, just to break up the so-called too strong a rigidness to the design. Maybe I'm not sure. Right? I'm just suggesting to the student. Try it. Maybe it looks horrible, Jaden. Okay, you can throw the away idea. But because maybe if this is a proper scale drawing in front of me, then I can draw it for you. You know how it looks like.
Yes.
But here maybe what I've drawn doesn't do justice to what I imagine. Can be. Do you understand? Hello?
Yeah, I get some point.
Yeah.
So means that the element in my plan I can still remain, but I need to add.
Just try it. Just experiment with it. You know, just experiment it. For example.
Yeah.
Maybe it looks horrible. Maybe not. You try it. Right. So this whole area. Assuming this whole area is all green. For example, maybe this is not the best configuration, but it's all green. Right? You see, by doing that, it adds a little bit of tension, between formal lines and also with organic lines. It also gives a certain highlight the whole composition of your work. So everything that you draw, for example, is all about horizontal and vertical lines, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think it slightly makes the design a bit stiff. I think that's the right word, stiff. Yeah. So just add a bit of something, just something cheeky, if you like, to make something different a bit. I don't know. I'm just going crazy, but I'm just suggesting to you. But if you just try it, I don't know. Okay.
Meng Hui, what happened to here?
Which?
This area, the one that you didn't color.
Which one? This?
Yes.
Oh, this because I haven't decided the plant in the planting area, but I will do it today. Yeah.
But I think this one is okay already. This one, okay. It's just that it doesn't connect to other elements. Macam ni dia nampak isolated. This one look isolated. This one look isolated. This is look isolated. So what you need to do is to connect the whole thing yang ni dengan with the elements around you. So I think what you can do, if let's say this thing, okay, this strip, okay, become your connection line or something. You extend out. You extend out.
I can see.
You extend out.
Sikit. Sikit. I remember. I think maybe some students.
Do you remember yang project masjid tu? Yeah. You extend out because it look
maybe for example like this one here. I agree. Maybe for example like this this line here links with this space here. And then this line here,
so you expand. Maybe you come back to me later on.
And then there's something here. Maybe it could just be a pattern or floor pattern.
Yes.
For example.
So this become your main. So you have this strip. So you extend out. You extend to connect other area. So it will look connected. Meng Hui, you come back to me nanti. I show to you because I don't have tab. Nanti I show to you in the tab how to.
Because I remember. I think I remember it's fast work. I think it's fast work.
Yes.
I can see. Isfa, can you relate to this one here, Isfa? Remember your first project?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Can you relate to what I've just suggested to your friend here? You see those lines,
For your first project on the distal punya ni.
Distal. Distal kan the line is connected, Meng Hui.
Yeah.
So
that line could be a pattern. That line could be could be anything. It could even be the grass creep.
Yes.
Whatever.
So if let's say you extend, alamak, ni yang tak syok ni. Dia bengkok-bengkok. So if let's say, itulah, tengok cari pen ni kecil.
Tak ada halus, semua kasar.
Aduh, kasar-kasar semua. Okay, if let's say you have this thing, kan, extended. Dia ada extended sikit. Okay, and then this nantilah you come back to me.
Yeah,
I show
yeah,
to
yeah.
you in the tab Ming Hui. Never mind.
Okay.
I show to you. But you nampak tak? If let's say this line is tu repeated, kan? Yang ni you extend. Yang ni pun sama. Okay, so although you have this item and this item, it is connected by the the bar. Nampak? Kan? Nanti dia akan jadi connect.
It
Tak pernah?
acts as an accessory. So dia tak perlu ada tapi dia mencantikkan dia punya design.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we are still looking at this from the artistic point of view.
Yes.
Right. So we want to make sense, and I think I'm glad, happy that she can also agree with me, because some of the elements, some of the spaces, they seem to be isolated and on their own, you know.
Yes.
They don't seem to be talking to each other. Right. So the connectivity could be in the form of the one I suggested earlier. For example, you put some kind of a plot of shrubs and trees, right, to connect one space or the other. Or the other one, like what Shikin has suggested, for example, is to draw some lines, for example, and that line could be just a
connection
pattern on the
point.
floor. It could be a grass screen, or it could be just it
Yes.
could be some kind of, I don't know, anything.
And then to soften, to soften the area, for example, for instance, macam ini kan. Okay, what you can do is turn it into grass or shrubs, but keep the form, kan? And then keep the form, okay? And the line horizontal, the vertical line, the horizontal line, the line, the strip, you can keep that shapes, but it can turns into green or shrubs or water element or whatever, but you keep the shapes, macam tu. And then you have the sitting pun play at that particular shapes juga. Tak apalah, you come to me later on, you adjust it and then you come to me later on, we will discuss further. But do you get what we talking about?
Yeah, so far.
Yeah. And I think possibly, if it's possible, I mean, I think you need to do. I think this furniture for this, I think it's too long because it's not really practical.
Yes.
So for example, you may have to cut this one here, maybe like that, you know.
And in fact, your furniture, your sitting can be in the shapes of the line as well. Line tu, that line become part of your shapes pun. Your shrubs, your sitting can be part of your the rectangular shapes. Faham tak? You can use the same shapes, okay? You continue the shapes. For example, macam ni, you have that shape kan? And then over here you have sitting tau. Faham tak? But you can keep the grassy area lah. But your sitting is from the same shapes. Yang this strip. Faham tak? Do you understand?
What Mary is try to echo, try to mirror, try to reflect the pattern that you have on the right?
But it turns into
put that template on the sitting area,
yes.
Right? And from that template, try to figure out where the sittings are.
Yes, exactly what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. You understand that?
Not really. How about
Okay, let me try to say this. Okay, for example, what Mary is trying to say is, let's say for example, you take this pattern here, okay, right? You copy this. This is an example, Copy this and put it here, right? And then when you bring it over, so for example, then you can arrange the furniture according to this pattern here. For example, like this could be the sitting here, and this could be another sitting here, and this could be another sitting here, for example. And this could be a table, or this could be a table, whatever it is. So using the template that you use on the floor pattern for the area to be used as a template for you to design and locate the sittings in this area here.
Exactly. Faham tak? Can you understand?
Means that I changed the place of the other classroom like that. I changed from here to here.
No.
No.
Macam nak cakap Melayu kot dia ni.
Tak, kita gunakan, okay, you have those pattern. Lepas tu dekat pattern tu, okay, for example dekat pattern ni, Okay, it become dia ada, okay, contoh if let's say this pattern ada kat sini, ni macam ni lah. Okay, for instance you imagine yang ni dekat sini tau, dia punya pattern. Okay, dekat sini this is your apa tu pattern. Dekat pattern tu ada sitting. Sitting tu parallel dengan you punya apa? You punya pattern. Dia panjang macam ni sitting tu. Panjang macam tu. Faham tak? For example kan, you ada shape macam ni kan, shape macam ni. So your sitting tu ikut juga shape macam tu, tapi dia alamak, sorry. Betul, sorry Sekejap. Pattern tu dia ikut shape tu, dia duduk sini, sitting tu duduk sini. Alamak, sini lah, sini jugalah. Dia duduk sini juga, panjang. Dia duduk situ juga, tapi dia ikut pattern tu. Dia ikut pattern tu, dia parallel dengan pattern tu. Faham tak? Dia bukan shape yang part skin macam ni. So it become macam sitting yang orang panggil apa? Dia social distance punya yang after COVID punya sitting punya ni.
They may not be any table at all.
You respond to social distance after COVID, post COVID punya design macam tu.
I think
you come back to me lah nanti.
Susah, difficult because the scale of drawing also the pen that we have.
When I draw to you, then probably you can understand.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, you just
so
come back.
in other words, you're not going to make any major changes, to your work, right?
Yes.
Don't worry.
You don't worry.
Just enhancing, just fine tuning your work.
You don't even have. Betul. You don't even have to put the macam Mandarin ke apa benda. No. You just connect the thing and then soften the plaza. Nanti I show to you because I can see, I can visualize it already.
Alright.
Then when we have, I think with that, I think maybe my suggestion of having that curve tu tak payah lah. Tak payah.
You just connect saja. You just connect all the area.
Yes. Alright. So don't bother with this idea.
Okay. Student, if let's say because kita punya design dekat sekarang ni lah yang current design, whatever drawing that we do, whatever design that we do in actual project, we start to respond to social distance after COVID, after pandemic pandemic punya design. So if let's say you can put your post COVID ataupun post pandemic punya design, it will be good. Okay, what is post pandemic design? What is post pandemic design means you have individual seat, social distance individual seat, 1 meter from one to another. Okay, macam tu. Ataupun yang grup kecil, 3 orang, 2 orang, family satu, dia tak macam besar-besar punya, yang tu pun boleh, ada kawasan dia. So if let's say you can respond to post-COVID, it will be good because we start responding to that. It's part of the requirement pula sekarang ni.
Ya ke?
Ya.
Betul ya?
Post-COVID.
Oh, really?
Kebanyakan semua nak macam tu dah sekarang. Dia nak macam ada kawasan yang we respond to the post-pandemic. Dia tak boleh duduk rapat-rapat. Even children playground pun kita orang kena pecahkan tau. We have to separate the children playground to make sure that not many people play at the same time.
Okay. You have to compartmentalize there.
Yes.
Okay.
So that is the current situation, current design requirement. So probably you can impose that as well in your design, but it's up to you.
Okay, all right. Something I learned today, all right. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I think once you submit your work online to either to Madam Chicken or to me, then you see what we're trying to impress upon you, as to how we suggest it, for example, don't actually affect too much your work, but it actually enhances it to the next level.
Yes.
To make it much more refined, much more harmonious, much more pleasing to look at. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
So later I will contact Madam Shikin.
Yeah, please.
All right, okay.
Okay. So now should I continue in my section? Yeah, okay. For my section, this section, actually I only draw one section. This section is from here.
What scale is that, your section?
1 to 50. Is it?
Oh.
150. Oh.
Ah.
I use 1 to 100. Okay,
You
later.
use 100. Look at the size of the drawing
If
here.
it's
and the
1
size
to
of your plan.
100, it will be the same size as your plan.
Ah.
Oh.
Look at you tengok dia scale tu.
Okay.
Is this 150?
Actually, I use 1 to 100, but never mind. Later I check
100,
my scale again.
but if you just compare the drawing of your section and the one in your plan, it doesn't seem to be compatible.
Yeah, Ming Hui, if it's 1 to 100, you will just be able to just pull from your plan, and the size of your section will be, you will have the whole the size will be the same.
If it's 150, it will double the size of the site. Oh, please don't make that wrong, because you make that wrong, you know, it's awful. Because that's very, very basic. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
The requirement in the brief is actually 1 to 50. So you need to confirm lah.
So everyone understand that? So let's say, for example, if 1 is to 100, let's say this here, this is 1 to 100 scale. If you do to 1 is to 50, it will be double. Isn't it, everyone? So if this is X, then this one will be X1 and X another X. It will double in scale. Because this is 150. This is 100. Everyone, please don't. Oh, then this. What tree is this?
Oh, the willow.
Look at the person. Come on. The willow can be a bit that high, you know. Right, that's very low. Okay.
So it means that because I use the 1 to 50, so the length here, the length in my section, I should show it more, right?
Double it. Well, when I said double it, not double the scale, you know. But double it, not double the distance, but double the scale. Let's say here, this particular thing, the square here, let's say it's 3 meters. Okay, here will still be 3 meters. Right? There will still 3 meters. But the scale will be double.
Oh, okay.
Right? You understand?
Yeah, I understand. So I think my scale is wrong. I will change this later.
No, but if this is 150, then you are right. But you said you 100, that's why it is wrong.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Yeah, I understand.
It is 150 or 100?
50.
150, then it's not 100 then. Then 50, then it's right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, so for my section, I draw from here and I look upward here.
And where is this curved line here? This arch window or that door?
It's actually the entrance. This.
Oh, here. Okay.
Yeah. I do 2 entrances here. Maybe it's like one can go outside and one can go inside. Yeah.
And is this some kind of a wall?
No. This is actually this. This is the gym equipment for the
equipment.
outside pumping, something
okay,
like that.
equipment. Okay, all right. And this is sitting, isn't it?
Yeah. This is the
outdoor class. Yeah. All right. Dia tak dapat draw apa the whole building because the building is about 4 stories up, you know. Okay. Tak dapat, they cannot draw the building.
The elevation pun okay lah. I think the elevation will do.
Yeah, but not the whole building.
Not the whole building. No need. If they draw the whole building, the item will become very small.
On one page, or they draw one section, but with the whole page.
Yes.
The whole A2. Okay.
So means that I need to include the building and the existing tree here.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But what I was saying just now, because if you include the building, that means you have to draw. This is sorry. You have to draw. This is 1 story. This is a first story, third story, and 4th story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. But we said don't have to do all that. Draw maybe just a portion of it only. All right. Then maybe and here you can draw another section. Okay. Understand?
Yeah, understand.
Right. All right.
Cik Din, I have a question.
Yes.
So, if we see at Ming Hui's work, right, for the site plan, so for the area here, this upper level here, so is it when my section is here, so I look from here, right?
Yeah.
So the trees, all the trees will like block the view.
Yeah. That's right. What can you do? You have to draw it. You have to draw it.
Okay.
But let's say, for example, the section that you have taken here is important to show spaces. All right. But unfortunately, you show some important spaces here, but it doesn't show another important space behind here, isn't it? That's what you're saying, isn't it? So then what you can do, then you draw another section here.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, to show the area.
That's why I said minimum 2 sections. If you see that I need to have 4 sections to draw all, to show all my important sections, it's up to you.
Oh, understand.
You know?
Understand. Okay, thanks, Cik Din.
No worries. Habis dia punya drawing tempat dia ni. Okay, any questions, everyone? This goes to everyone, right? Please, learn from our comments about Ming Hui's work here. Isfar, any question, Isfar?
Nope, no questions. Nope.
Is Rawan with us today, this morning?
Nope.
Rawan? Hello?
She's not here.
Rawan's name is here.
No.
Rawan? Can we hear your voice, Rawan?
Yes,
Oh, she's here.
Hello?
Come on.
Hello, Rawan? How are you? Okay?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Okay. We understand your situation. Never mind. All right. Anything else?
Can we move on to the next student?
Yeah. One more student.
Can I go?
Yeah. Where are you?
Thank you, Toto. Thank you, madam.
Azhar, Dr. Hana Magbis. Frame 15. You got it?
Frame 15.
Yes, frame 15.
Oh, sorry. Okay, got it.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Cik Den,
Wow.
Madam Shikin, and Madam Ana. So this morning, I would like to present in more detail regarding to my site plan. Last week, I didn't get a chance to get credit, and I started to send all my draft site plan to Cik Den. And I have produced three. I have produced three draft site plan, and then he asked me to choose the first one and work for it. And yeah, I chose the first one, and I started putting all the hardscape in it. Basically, the site I use in this site plan are all circular in shapes, and that is where I put every space. So let's move on to the site plan. So here we got a greenhouse here, and below it there is a lawn that has water flowing like a river. In the middle, I put a gazebo that connects each space or place in my site plan. And on the left, there is a pond, and also there is such as a waterfall that attached to walls. And actually, I'm trying to create space that can play along with our sense as a human beings. So as you can see here, besides the pond, there is like bubble pathway. I don't know to name it, but bubble pathway. As you can see, the borrow images. The materials. I want to be like that. The materials. So the pathway it is soundproof, and when the student almost and when student go through it and almost reach for this open area, this is not this middle area not connected. So when the student almost reach this open area, they begin to hear the sound of a waterfall from the pond. So for this lawn, I want to create like a lawn that student can relax there under a shady tree. Maybe we can have a group discussion. So there is flowing water in it. So yes, that is my site plan. This is my all my thing. This is all my opinion, all my thinking as a student with my limited, all of my thought with my limited thinking, limited ideas.
Rendah diri.
So yes, this is my site plan. Thank you.
Okay, alright. Okay, I'll leave it to Sikin and Ana to have comment. Kalau saya dah bagi komen lah.
Okay dah ni.
Okay, I think we established that Azhar, your design is very sophisticated.
Sophisticated. That's the important word. Very sophisticated.
Yes. Yeah. It's very sophisticated. You thought all the little spaces in between. Okay, cuma I wish, I think the pathway to me is a little bit too wide. Okay, to me. I would prefer to see more macam the turf areas to be wider, slightly wider compared to some of the macam pathways ni.
Yes.
Contohnya macam you have this bubble punya walkway ni, that's fine. But the pathway around here could be reduced, and then you can enlarge the turf around the greenhouse too.
Okay.
I think just apa ni? I think yang bulat ni kena kurangkan sikit lah ni.
Okay.
How wide is your pathway? How wide is it?
Sorry, how much?
How wide?
Berapa lebar?
Your width?
Maybe 2.5.
2.5 is good.
No. To 1.5 maybe.
1.5? No, bukan 1.5 ni. I think we start putting a walkway, a pathway of a 3 meter. Do you have that width? To 5 meter. For me, it's okay to have a width, to have a wide walkway, pathway. It's just that you have to break down. Macam yang ini probably the green, kan? So this is the walkway. Because when you have a huge walkway, that walkway can be converted into a plaza. Yang tu yang macam yang dekat Muar kan. They start having a wide walkway tau, so that it become a multifunction space. Macam dekat Tanjung Mas Muar, okay, you can search for it, Tanjung Mas Muar. Why Tanjung Mas promenade is successful? Because of the wide walkway. Why? Because people can do lots of things. So seawal pukul 6 pagi memang ramai orang kat situ. Sebabnya apa tahu? That walkway become a multi-function space. I think it's okay to have a wide walkway. It's just that you have to break. Macam ni. This become a turf. Macam tu. This become apa tu?
You break it down like in between tu. In between tu.
Faham.
But walkway kalau dia kecil sangat dia tak function. So I tell you that.
Ini apa Azhar?
Mana?
Ini?
Ni macam ini saya punya idea macam ni macam bubble pathway macam dia dalam ni? Dia macam dalam
another thing.
So yang ni apa?
Yang ni pathway juga dia pathway juga pergi
bubble jugalah ni.
Tak. Dia macam dia yang bubble pathway dia macam tak connect dia tak connect antara tengah ni. So then dia macam Ada macam tak kena antara
This
dengan
one ya, this bubble yang here is 3D macam like what the bubble what di apa ni in the mirror body image. This one is just a floor pattern kan?
Oh, ni pathway je, floor pattern je.
Where is this bubble pathway ni?
Di mana? Ni di sini. Macam nampak tak? Macam dia ikut bentuk.
This is the bubble pathway.
Tak, dia bukan bubble pathway kan? Dia macam
dalam saya macam
bubble macam di sini kan, macam picture dekat bawah image ni kan.
Kalau if let's say I just thinking, if let's say macam cuaca panas tau, musim kemarau, penduduk yang tu tak akan mati dalam tu.
Tak duduk.
Mati macam
tak duduk kot. Saya tak duduk. Just cuma macam laluan untuk pergi ke kawasan yang belah sini macam.
Okay.
Dia macam then macam macam tu ada macam laluan untuk sebab sini kan
it made of acrylic ke apa ke?
Tu saya tak tahu lagi. Saya macam saya mungkin nak tanya madam.
I'm worried about the ventilation sebab it seems like the bubble pathway tu it can it can dia boleh attract heat lah. Dia boleh merangkap
trap.
It can trap the heat. So lalu tu panas sebab dia tu kan. So if let's say we have that in the overseas, yes. But if let's say we want to have it here in our climates, you have to cover it with macam
vegetation
vegetation to soften.
Macam atas dia ada vegetation.
Long pokok ke apa something like that lah. Panas ventilation. Atau the bubble itself tu it made of acrylic material but it have a small hole which what I'm talking about is the perforated bubble. So that it is ventilated well.
Dia lubang-lubang sebab dia tak ada lubang.
Tidak masuk dalam tu macam lemas kita kan. Panas. Dia kalau sauna okey lah kan. Sauna lalu keluar-keluar berpelung kau satu badan macam tu lah. No, we have to respond to our climate as well. But if let's say this thing in the overseas it is okay because this is where you get the heat kan. Tempat panas. Okay, another thing is that this actually can become part of your attraction element ataupun focus element. So when you have this thing, you cannot have it much. Tak boleh ada banyak. So when you, kalau kita ada fokus punya area tu, elemen yang best. Kita tak boleh ada banyak sebab bila ada banyak dia tak special. Macam itulah. So think about that. Kalau dia special dia tak boleh banyak. Ataupun it bubbles along the way tu okay lah, tapi you have to think about the heat, how to control the heat.
Okay.
Azhad, yang ni pun pavement pattern ke yang bulat-bulat ni? Or is it something else?
I think you have to reduce the bubbles.
Yes. Macam banyak sangat.
Banyak sangat bubble here and there, bubbly.
Sebab you punya form dah cantik, very nice flow. But bila you tambah-tambah tu, dia jadi nampak macam serabut sikit.
Okay, faham.
Dia macam apa tau? Teletubbies.
Teletubbies punya rumah.
I think kalau kurang tekan buang tu yang bulat-bulat ni pun, your design will still look nice.
Yes. Okay, boleh.
Alright, brilliant.
Alright, thank you, madam. Thank you, doctor.
Proceed with section
Okay, thank you.
Ini jangan lupa ruang ni ya, ni.
Mana? Okay, ruang tu. Yes.
Dan yang ni buang ya, ini line ni.
Okay. So they have to respond because I was not in the Thursday class. They have to respond. They have to have. I see. Okay.
Maksudnya dia buat dotted line je lah. Bawah tu they can design.
Okay.
Alright.
One more student.
One more student.
Can I? I'm from work-based 3.
Who's that?
Jiaqi, Lao Jiaqi.
Jiaqi.
Yes.
Frame number?
Frame 27.
Okay. Wow.
Which
one?
Frame 27.
Yeah, but which one? The one here, this one here, where you've got the yellow arrows, or the one at the top?
Both are the same
Both the
actually.
same, right? Right. So
So
okay, all right.
maybe I present this.
Okay.
Yes. The down one. The second picture. Okay, so okay, so there is 3 entrances for entering this garden. The main entrance at the at here, and the right hand side one from the outside, and here from the river. So that means all the people can enter the river, can go to the river through this through here. So this area is actually the deck, and that is the area under deck. And the under that area is actually I decide to make an indoor study room, which is covered by glass, so that they can actually to the river, to the lake view also. Yeah, and then the center there's a 2 big circle, right? So as you can see, I got separate in macam different area, so that is a small group. That is a discussion area lah. Okay, then there's a center here. This for the gathering area. Yeah, and to enter that gathering area is from these 2 circle here. And then, as you can see, there is a pergola here, big pergola. And there is some swing that gantong on the pergola at here, below the pergola. And the rectangle, this is the hammock, so that people can have a rest at here maybe. And there's a big trees, very many trees at this corner and this corner, right? I decided to plant the fruit trees so that students or lecturers, they can pick their own, the fruits themselves. Yeah, like this. I think that's all for me. Yeah, that's all.
I think, I don't mind the one, the things, the 2 circles
in the middle.
But the one on the left hand side, they don't seem to have kind of structure,
Yes. I agree with you.
Yeah,
isolated.
Isolated. It's a bit loose. There's no something kind of a coherent structure,
Yes.
as to how the space are shaped and organized.
I agree.
The one that
at the center look good.
The center is okay.
But you have to expand the round shape though. Do you understand that? You have this round shape as your major structure, as your major element. And then what if you extend the round to the outside, so that you can have a connection with the outside area too.
Okay, yes, I get it.
You got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why don't you draw a circle, and then the outside from the circle, and then macam yang student yang tadi tu, apa nama Azhar so it connect well tau. Cuma Azhar tu over pula, dia banyak bulat merata-rata kan. So when you have those circle in the middle, and then you extend out or you do another circle ke semua, it will connect. Sebab yang ni dia nampak macam tak jive tau. It doesn't look jive to the center.
Too many shapes.
It looks isolated. You have this round, okay, nice, but you have aliens around it, kan? It doesn't connect with the surrounding. That is,
Okay.
Cuba tengok.
Okay, please, yeah.
Yes.
Right. But you see, the 3 of us agree though. You see, the driving force actually is the center, but the driving force doesn't have an impact on how the spaces on the left and right hand side should be organized. They should to be kind of very, very loosely designed spaces, shape, and also location. It doesn't conform to the one in the middle.
And then you have such a good borrow image here, yang water feature ni. Where is it?
Water feature?
The water feature with the round things that you can walk on it ni. Here.
On top
Yes.
right.
The one, the top one. This is good.
Where is that?
Where is that on your plan?
That's nice.
This is nice. This is modern, nice.
Yeah,
But
and
the
you see how-
wakaf
yeah.
please no.
Yeah.
Very interactive too.
But
No.
the shelter no.
No, I just
Don't use this
for my
shape.
inspiration.
Yes, you can look at it as your inspiration, but you can borrow that in your design as
Just
well.
try to imagine. Just try to imagine
Yes.
that this is your plan. You know.
Yes. Where is it?
This is your plan.
Is it this one? Oh, how this one?
The circle, actually this circle, right? These three, this 5 and this 5 is just a stepping, something like this.
Okay.
And under there, here is the pond. Can you see?
Oh.
And then, yeah.
Which
And then
one is the pond?
This one, this circle cover it is the pond.
Oh,
And the
sikit
white
je,
colour-
kecil je pond dia.
Oh.
Then this one is the stepping, that white color circle.
Widen
Jackie,
the pond. Widen
you
the pond.
can make don't be scared to make the pond bigger and make it
Yes,
like a
wider
stepping
the
stone
pond.
from one
Yes.
side to another side.
Yeah. When you have a very small pond, you can't actually appreciate unless it is a stream or something. Tak ada siapa nak
Make
lemas
it as
pun.
your special
Because this is,
uniqueness. So your pond, the big pond is in the middle, and your
Yes.
the stepping stone too is like the connection between this building to this building. So students will need to cross the pond.
Yes. This is your pond, isn't it? The round shapes.
Just
No,
the
the pond
outside.
is very-
Pond dia yang kat luar tu je, yang the line tu.
Yes,
Oh.
only this one is the pond.
So you can make the whole thing bigger.
You widen the pond, and the pond doesn't have to be round shape like that. The round you can break. Dia boleh break sikit-sikit. Tak apa, the point is you have to connect your round things with the surrounding. These shapes I think is out. Ni yang keluar-luar ni. You extend the shape, you extend the round shape, the round bulat ni to the outside. Then it will be good.
So maybe make the middle to circle bigger a little bit.
Or the way, or maybe the one, or maybe the way I've drawn, for example, there's another way of looking at it.
Yes.
You know? Okay.
No. About the circle a bit.
Yeah.
I didn't get it.
What do you mean? No, you see the circle is you have to play about with the first and foremost is about the location. Let's say, for example, you stick with the same diameter of circles that you have in the middle, but maybe not put in the middle, but maybe put to a side.
Oh.
Right? Or like what suggested for you, maybe one is bigger and one is smaller, but can still be in the middle. Right? Or maybe one is bigger than the other, but one can be but the circle can be separated. One is at the corner, one is in the middle. You play about with those things. How, in what configuration that will provide you more opportunities to create spaces. Interesting. You understand?
Yes.
Right? Contoh macam saya buat ni kan, it's a bit different, isn't it, from what you have done, isn't it? But it's still based on two circles, isn't it?
Yes.
One is bigger, one is the other, and I've separated those circles. One is at the corner, on top left corner. The other one is somewhere at the bottom, in the middle, for example. Right? And I'll overlap this with kind of this style line, for example. Either this as it could be a water element, you know, these things here could be water. Yeah. These things could be water, possibly, I do not know. Right? Or it could be I don't know, whatever it is. Right? So play about. Then we can see the harmony or the coherence of the structure of how the spaces are organized and placed. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Doctor.
I know you can do it. I've seen your work before. Right. Brilliant. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Madam.
Okay.
Okay, guys, thank you.
Okay. So petang ada session ke?
Petang kena ada lah kot, kena ada.
Kesian lah. Petang kena ada quick session. I think they need help.
Yes.
Okay. I'm not available this afternoon because I have a meeting. So I think
me and Dr. Day.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright.
At what time? 2:30 or 2? Okay, can.
Alright, so
Okay.
thank
Thank you. Okay,
Thank you.
okay, can all of you leave? I would like to have Rawan just stay behind, please.